Hi guys, and welcome to Student Management System developed using C++ programming language in C++ Builder. So let me show you guys around how this works. Here we have all the student details, guidance details, course details, and either as an international student or whatever, what course is this particular student studying, and so on. Let's say masters, and there we go. Those are the grades. We have today's date in there, and all of those can be saved right here on the data storage device that we have in here. So what I'm going to do, so open up the database, and right there, those are the information of Paul Omen, Dio, and Tony Montana. So we close that. So let's go straight into C++ development environment, and we put one of these together. Hi guys, and welcome to C++ tutorial of Student Database Management System. I'm going to start by clicking on File, and let's select New Project, select Windows VCL Application. Just for your information, this is C++ Builder. Now, in there, let's set the form dimension and so on. The width, I'm going to make that 1386, and the height, I'm going to make that 788. There. Now let's just move this aside. The next thing I want to do is to come straight here. You see where we have the palette. Click on that. I'm going to go for a page controller. There we go. Right there. Click on the page controller and just drop it right there. Now I'm going to right click on it and just select new page, and select it again, click on new page. So we have two page controllers there. The choice is yours if you want to change the background, but I'm going to change the background of this. Just come straight to the form, and let's look for the back color, or the color as it's called in here. Click on that, and no, let me double click on the color, and let's go to customize. Inside there, let's change the red to 95. The green, I'm going to change that to 158, and the blue, I'm going to change that to 160. That's it. I've got the color I want, red blue. Okay, click on OK there. Now let's just drag this just like that, so that I can extend this my page controller. Let's drag it right down. Okay. So before I go any further, I'm going to save this project. So let's go into File, and let's save project as. I'm going to save that project straight into a folder that I've already created called Student Database System. Here, there we go. And I'm just going to enter in there Student DB Management. There. Let's copy that, save, and now we also save the project itself. I'll just add an X to it, save, and save with double S here. There, all saved now. And let me show you the location where it's saved. That is where it's saved in there. I already have a database that I intend to use. I've just double click on the database coming up in Access, open that up, and right here, that is, I believe this is the database. Yeah, that's the database, school system. There we go. So that's what I'm going to be using. Alright, so I'm going to close that. I'll be using that of the school system. So close the database entirely, minimize this. And let's go straight into our palette again. So in there, I need T panel. There we go. grab my T panel, just draw it there. You see the color of this T panel seems to be white, just like the color of the page control. I'm going to change the T panel color to something a little bit dark. So drop that down and let's look for, maybe I'm going to settle for the silver. That's good enough for me. And one other thing that I'm going to do with the T color is, let's have the panel, let's go up here, see where we have a line. Instead of center, I'm going to align it. Let's justify it to the left, and I also want it to be aligned right at the top. There we go. And I'm going to change the text content on it. Let's come in here and just change the default to something a little bit readable, maybe about 16. That might be too much, I don't know. Okay, that's not too bad. That's cool. Now just put that here. Okay, I'm now going to copy this, Control C, copy and paste it right here. We have 2, and another one, we have 3. Move it right over there. Alright, let's bring this down and this down as well. So let me just speed up the arrangement of the panels. Okay guys, this is how it's looking, but before I run it, I'm going to click on the form. Let's open up Object Inspector, and I'm going to go straight up here to align. I want to get that top, so that means when I run it now, the form should start right at the top. So let's see how that looks like. Look at that. Alright, that is how it's looking now. But there's one more thing, I need to add something here. So let's exit out. Let's go to the, I might as well just copy this, copy, and let's go to the tab number 2 and just paste that in there. And just drag it that much. And in here I'm going to add something like maybe DataGridView. So let's go straight to the palette there. I think that is DBG. There we go. Grab that and just draw it there. There. That is my DataGridView. I will use that to display every single information on my database. There we go. So that is sorted. Now back to my tab. So let's open up the Object Inspector. First thing first, you see these tabs, let's give them a name. This tab number 1 here, let's come right here and just look for the caption of that very tab, and that is going to be right here. I'm going to change that to School System, just something like that. That would do. And the next one, I'm going to change that to Student Details. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so that would that's taken care of. Now back in here. So let's go back to my palette. I need some components in there. The first one I'm going to need, pin this down. The first one I'm going to need is going to be label. Grab hold of a label, just draw it right there. And after that, I also need TDB database, the editor. There we go, that is it right there. Drag that there. So I'm now going to copy and just paste. So select that and select this as well. Copy, paste. Copy it again and paste. And there's meant to be one that is just going to be a ComboBox. TDB combo. There we go. Grab hold of that. I'm going to put it right here. And I'll just rearrange all of these. so that we can create room for that. So that is meant to be, let's move 3 of these down a little bit. Let's move this down and bring this right here, and I'll make room for it. Copy this one and paste it here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm going to need about 8 of those here, so let's copy 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just take care of the arrangement of these and I'll get back to you guys. So far guys, let me just show you how it's looking. This is how it's looking now, but you see these names in there. I'm going to have to delete them. I'd wanted to add some title, but doesn't mean really. So let's select it all and just get rid of them. I think this one's as well, so that will give me a bit of room to maneuver. There we go. Hopefully it's all gone now. So I'm going to speed up the whole process and just get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, this is how it's looking now, but there are some features I'd like you guys to actually see how I'm going to put those ones together. Now the first thing I want to do is, you see here, I'm going to add a T navigator. Nav. Let's do that again. There we go. Grab a hold of that and just paste it right here. There. So select that and just drag it that much and bring it down. So that we do. Now the next one that I want is going to be, we're gonna have to add 2 buttons though. Yeah, let's add one here. Let's come in here, type in T button, paste one here, and another one. Maybe just copy that, Control C, copy and paste it there. And the other one is going to be for exit. Okay, now one right here, I'm going to need 8 of those ComboBox for each subject. Let's copy these ones, copy and paste it right here. That's 5 in total. We're gonna need 3 more. Right, we just need 3 more. Paste there. Oh no, I only need 3. Okay, just paste that there, and I'm gonna delete the ones I don't need. Okay, I then need TextBox. I need 8 of those as well. Copy this and just paste it in here. Copy that, paste, copy, paste, copy and paste. There we go. Yeah, and up here I'm going to need calendar view. So let's come in here, just type in the calendar view. There we go. Grab that, just draw it here. Okay, I'm now going to give each of these components a name, like this very one here. Now that is, let's change the caption of that very one to 1. That's unit number 1, unit number 2, and so on. We got 3 next. That is it, all done. So let's take care of the width of this. So just drag it that much for the others. And that is that done for the unit area. And right below it here, I'm going to change that very label to maybe total score. Let's go to the caption. total. Let's see if we have enough room for that. Total score. And right underneath, let's change that to ranking. And finally, that will be date. There. Okay, so we might as well just name these other ones, and I will get back to you guys shortly. Okay, I think I've finished up with the naming. So what I am going to do now is, let me just run it, you guys see what I'm talking about. Click on run. And right there, that's what I'm talking about. It's all done, I believe. So what I am going to do now, let's exit out for now and come right down here. Oh, you see these? Let's change the color of that. Just double click and let's enter cadet blue as well. That is going to be 95, 158 and 160, and that will make that cadet blue, so that's fine. Now I'm going to double click on this form. I want to get the details. Whatever the date is in here, I want it to appear in here. So let's double click on the form and go to the form load. So that is going to be DBE date. That's the name of the text box. Okay, and that is a text, and that will be equals date to string. So whatever we have in there should be converted to string, and the name of the calendar is called calendar view 1.2 date. There we go, and I think that is taken care of. So let's run that. Run. We should be able to see the dates right there. Look at that. Okay, that is the date there. Okay, so I am going to do one other thing. When I double click on this, I want the date. So double click on the date. I want the date to appear in there. Okay, let's grab hold of that. Now let's go in design view. Now double click on this, paste, run, and let's see what's gonna happen. There we go. See what happened when I click on this? That date disappears. So if I double click on here, that gives me today's date. Okay, now the next thing, or when I click on this, what about when I click on this on the text box? Yeah, let's paste that here, the text box as well, so that it doesn't disappear anymore. Run it, and let's see now. There, does not disappear no more. Okay, that's fine. Now the next thing we want to do is see every single combo box here. Let's take care of them, and this one as well. Exit out, and that will be done using form load. Double click on form load. Right, so right inside the form load, I'm going to take care of DBC gender points. So items pointer add, and what am I adding? I'm going to be adding female. There we go. So I'm going to copy that for male as well. Copy and paste that right there. Okay, that's going to be for male. There we go. Now let's grab the name of this. Okay, you see all of these here. I only need to just enter yes or no in them. So that's going to be student, no, that's home, international, accommodation, exchange, and scholarship. Alright, now double click on the form. Let's go in there. So the first one is that is DBC home. Okay, DBC home. Let's grab all of that, paste that in here. Okay, and it's going to be yes or no. Yes or no. Copy that, paste that for that. And the other one, that is international. Let's just copy this. And this is, I'm going to change this to international. International students. Okay, that one is done. The next one, there, followed by, will the student require accommodation? Yes or no. Then that's for no. And here that is going to be, is the student an exchange? The student on exchange program? Yes or no. Now the next one is the student on scholarship? So all of that is now taken care of. Okay, for us to be able to view what I've just done, we're going to have to add data connectors. So let's come in here first, come straight to the palette. I'm going to need ADO connection. Grab that. I'm just going to paste it right there underneath there. Okay, that's my ADO connector. Or maybe put it up here so that you guys can see. That's one. Then the next one that I'm going to need is ADO table. ADO table. And paste that here as well. And finally, I'm going to need the data source. Come in here, data source. Right here, grab that and just dump it right here. Okay. Now that those are all taken care of, what I want to now do is connect this very first one to my database. Okay, make sure the ADO connection one is selected, and I'm going to come here. You see where we have connection string. Click on the connection string, and what I want is, you see where we have build. I'm going to click on that. All I just want to do is to be able to connect it to my database, this very one here. Or you can just make sure it's selected and hold on to the shift key, right click on it and copy the path there, and then minimize that. So let's come back in here. You see here, click on the build, and let's select Microsoft Office 16.0 Access Database Engine. Make sure that is selected. Click on next, and the path that was copied, I'm going to paste that inside data source, but make sure you delete the quotes there, and I'm going to delete the other one there. You see where we have admin, I'm going to get rid of admin and uncheck the blank password and click on test. There we go, test connection succeeded. Click on OK. Now I'm going to click on advanced. Inside the advanced, I'm going to uncheck this and check read write so that I can read and write into the database. Click on OK, and now I will click on OK again. There. Now let's scroll right down. You see where we have log prompt. I'm going to uncheck that, else the system will ask you to enter the password and so on. That is that done. Okay, now the next thing is, let's select the ADO table. Select that. Now inside the properties here, let's select connection. Drop down the connection and select ADO connection 1. That is it. That is already connected. Scroll right down. We now want to select the table name. The table name that I intend to use is school system. So select school system. There we go. Now one more. Scroll right up. We have activate or active. So let's check that. Make sure it's active. Yeah. And finally, the data source. Click on the data source. As for the data source, that will be the table. Select data source and drop this down and select ADO table. And that is it. Every single component data connectors are now connected together. Alright, so let's see. You see this, my ComboBox. I'm going to now connect them to the database. The database that I showed to you guys earlier. First thing first, let's readjust this. Alright, so select the component that I want to connect, and I'm going to come in here. Data source is going to be from the data source 1, and in that case the field will be what? In this case the field is going to be home student. So let's look for home student there. The next one is going to be the international student. I might as well select all of these components and just change the data source to data source 1. Select data source 1, and now this very one here. So that will be, since it's data source 1, the field is going to be international student. The next one is accommodation. Let's see, accommodation up there. Then exchange program, and scholarship. Bring it right down. Scholarship. That's good. You see, all of the data are now in there. So save, enable name. Okay, let's run it now. So I should be able to see the data that I have in here. I should be able to see it on the or inside every one of these components. So click on run. There we go. Now I can now change it how I want. So the database is connected. That is good. So we need to connect the database for every single one of these components as well. So end that. First thing, I'm going to select all of these because it's easier that way for me. Select each of them and just get them all connected to the data source. Every single one of them. And these ones as well. But I have to be sure that these guys do have a record, I think. So let's come right down here, data source. There. So all of these are connected to the database. Now, these ones here. Select them all. There we go. There. And grab hold of the data source. That is that, done for every one of them. So I can now select them individually and just enter the That would be the data field. Now the field of student ID, scroll right down, that will be student ID. There. The next one, first name, student first name, surname. Scroll right down for surname. There we go. Address, postcode. Let's see, postcode there. Gender, date of birth, mobile. Let's come right down, bring it down. That is the mobile. Email. There's two different types of email there. Yeah, and that is it. So let's run it and see. Save, run. There we go, guys. So the database is now working. So I just need to connect the others and carry out the calculations here. So guys, with that for now, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.